Hello and welcome to Stateside. There's two of me. Oh my God, there's two of me. That's kind of weird. There should only be one of me. There you go. There's one of me now. Anyway, welcome. It is January the 6th, 2025. We're a couple of minutes late, so I thought I'd just get started. And it's my fault that Mikey's not here because I've been faffing around. And also, where's the screen? What happened then? What happened then? That's not good. That's not good. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of bodging here. I'm going to have to bodger it in order to get the thing to work properly. Okay, there you go. Consider yourself bodgered. There you go. I'm back. I need to get rid of that. Okay, cool. Right. That looks like me. Anyway, so I'll just put that in the middle sort of thing. Right, so I'm going to say a big hello while we're waiting for Mikey to turn up. If Mikey turns up, Mikey's doing his own stream on the Bin podcast because it's not inauguration day, it's certification day. Don't wear me special hat, for like going and rioting and fighting people and that because might have to do that. Greetings to Toronto, says Colin. Victoria, where's your usual hat? Oh shit! Just dropped things off me. It's here. Look, I can wear this on this, and I can go and storm the Capitol. I don't like the people who won. I'm going to have a big fight with everyone, and 9 people are going to die. I'm going to injure 150 police officers because, Wonder if this chat works, says Vendetta. Yes, it does, my friend. We've got Emma Price in the chat. We've got Commander DJ Burp. We've got Power to the People. Victoria. We've got Victor Pete's music. We've got Shropshire Chris. We've got What Angry Pagan. Hello. We've got Sfrax. Double hooray, Graham. Hi everyone. Hello. Just been watching Mikey's stream. Is Mikey still on the stream? He's supposed to be on this stream. Oh my God, this is getting quite extreme. See what I did there. Oh, I can just that's not good. Okay, right. What was I going to do? I was going to say, if you want to join the chat, just hit the subscribe button. There you go. Boop. Ha. Just put your heating on. No, it's freezing. It's bloody freezing. It is supposed to be cold. It is winter in the Northern Hemisphere, so I shouldn't complain too much. But I have got a flask with some, tea in it or coffee. I think it's coffee. It smells like coffee, which is nice. I just made this. So today we're going to be talking about the election, I guess, in America, because it's the counting of the votes day or whatever. No. They have the delegates. The delegates go all the way over to Washington. It takes them 2 months to get there. And the electors, they have an electoral college. And at this kind of college, to get into the college, you need to get your daddy to make a phone call. And he'll say, get my son into the college. I want him in the electoral college. And then you basically, whoever your state votes for, you then go to Washington and say, this is who my state's voted for. And the whole concept of this was invented before the invention of the telephone or the telegraph or, I don't know, anything much. This was come up with in the 1890s, I think, that they codified all this shit. It might be in the 1780s. It might be in the 1770s. I don't know. So that's why it takes 2 months, apparently, for people to get from the election, which has to take place in winter, in November for some reason. So that's technically autumn, or the fall, as they call it over there. And then they had to bring it over here. They bring it all the way to, bring the votes all the way to Washington, D.C. But the mad thing is, if you get 50% of the votes in any given state, you don't get 50% of the votes from that state. You get all of them. You get all of the electoral college votes for that state. Because there's Mikey's here. Hello, Mikey. Can you hear me? Oh, hang on. Let me turn your mic on. Right, there you go. Now everyone can hear you. What do you have to say for yourself?
You missed my very good Graham impersonation just a few moments ago. It
was
spectacular.
An impersonation of Graham. What the unit of measurement?
Yes, which is how your name is pronounced in America. What? Just like the measurement Graham. No. Graham.
No.
Graham.
I refuse to agree on that. Hang on. Where's I'm sorry, I've just got to set the screen up for you and I.
Well, Tim's coming too, so make
is
sure
Tim coming too? Oh well, look, I'll
mess it for 3.
Well, I can't do that just yet, but I will when he gets here. I will change things. Okay. Just let me get this sorted first. Oh my God, this is so unprofessional. There we go. There's me. Hey, there we go. You can see Mikey now. Woo! Yeah.
Run
I'm wearing
for your
this
lives.
hat because I'm going to storm the Capitol. Because there's some police who need to die. Here, look. Hang on. It's here. Look, I've got my horn. Basically, if I put this, it's holding me GoPro. But if I put this behind me head like that, you see? Can you see little horns?
And you can record behind you.
Yeah, I can record who's coming up behind me. With the GoPro, which isn't actually in there very tight, so I'll just take the GoPro out of it. Oh, hang on, that's not that one. This is the one. This is the one. Anyway, so it's happy January the 6th anniversary of all that death and carnage, Mikey. That must have been fun for you guys.
We did it
over in America.
We did it. We launched, all of us Antifa leftists. Man, we were running around there. We were throwing our poop on the walls. And we were kicking in windows, and we crushed several cops with the front doors. I think some man got stabbed in the eye. We stabbed a man in the eye with.
Did a woman get shot by a door? Did a woman get shot by the door? Did a couple of people kill themselves? Did you cause $3 million worth of damage?
We also erected a gallows in the parking lot so that we could hang people. Because wait, that was 4 years ago. Yeah, nothing happened this time.
Nothing happened.
Do
you think Antifa need to grow a pair? Need to grow
It's almost like Antifa was never there, and it was just their wild asses pretending that Antifa was there. Why the hell would Antifa go for the guy? Like, I don't know if the Republicans remember this. The Democrats actually won that election.
Yes.
Controversial take.
Yeah,
they actually won that election, so they wouldn't be stopping the certification of their own victory. So,
well, you'd imagine not, wouldn't you? You would imagine.
I don't think they would do it. I don't
think they would. I think they would.
No one has a birthday party on my birthday, not even me. And then they just blow up their own cake. Like, what are they? Who does that?
Well, they do because they're nuts. So is it done now? Is it done? Have they certified it yet? Or are you still watching it? Oh, it's done. Yeah, it's all over. Red Rover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Red Rover.
And who won? Who won the match?
Well, I mean, the cards are pretty grim here. It's looking like the orange Cheeto man himself is coming to Washington.
What? Oh man, really? I was hoping he wasn't going to win.
To be fair, it's not like we're probably going to have to deal with him his entire term. I just hope they just keep giving him raw milk and Big Macs. We'll just keep fattening them up.
Raw milk apparently is really good for you if you want to not be alive anymore. That's what I heard.
And I was telling
when you kind of like sick of living.
We're telling people on business like, yeah, man, drink the fucking raw milk. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Until that cow is sick. And he puts all that shit in your body. And then you'll be sick. And then there's not a whole lot you can do about that. So it'll be great until it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy. Exactly. And you could argue that they brought it on themselves, couldn't you?
Hey, if you want to take it right out the teat when Bessie has a little sniffle and you didn't pay attention, go for it, brother. I'm gonna boil my milk, make sure that all the germs are dead, and then drink that.
How come all the graveyards from the 1950s and before the 1950s are full of children?
It's not polio, so don't even try to say it's polio. And it's definitely not the Spanish flu of 1918. Tim's here.
Oh, Tim's here. Okay. Right. I was almost ready for this. Just give me one second, Tim. I'm gonna just
find my screenshot.
Bring this over here. And then I'm going to do this to show myself. Show self view. There you go. And then I just need to do a little bit of fiddling.
I'm about to say, Graham, if you let me speak, I can just fill the void for you. But
yes, please do.
Narrating what you're doing.
Please say hello to Tim. Introduce Tim. Tell everyone who Tim is.
Our friend Tim. I need you guys to look directly into your
souls.
Yeah, into the fear that you have of certain parts of your own body. Think about that part. That's Tim.
Oh, right. Okay.
And he's here.
All right.
Tim is your inner insecurity, here to confront you for your malarkey and your misgivings.
Bloody malarkey.
And He's a very funny dude that I play video games with. He has run for office a few times. He's a political scientist. He's a foodie. He's a dog dada. And my friend,
A dog
ladies
dada.
and gentlemen, Tim Bristol.
Tim Bristol. How you doing, Tim? You all right?
I'm doing good.
Did you riot? Did you riot? Did you have a riot today?
No, I was not invited.
Oh, so are you happy with the results of this election? Are you happy? Are you happy with this? Is this what you want to happen?
I mean, no, but I voted for the other. I voted for the other lady, but you know.
Well, how come you're not rioting then? What's wrong with you? Go and riot. I thought that's what you did.
Love America.
Yeah,
well,
you don't believe in democracy because you're not rioting.
No, see, I'm not rioting because I'm not a fascist.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
It makes sense now. It all makes sense in the end.
I believe that unfortunately the will of the people was not the person that I voted for.
The will of the people. Wasn't he in the Fugees?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. It's all a bit sad, isn't it? That that this guy's got to be in charge, and no one had to die.
I mean, it's un-American that had to happen, I guess.
Yeah, it was my favorite bit of Baywatch. Now and again, an American would drown.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you always want
the worst for us. This is exactly what my impersonation was. Where I said, "Oh, don't worry about it, Mikey. You'll be getting nuked in no time. Trump's going to take all the nukes and drop them straight on Chicago, straight on your own house.
He is.
Just give it some time. He's going to nuke you.
He's not going to nuke you." A cat plays with its food before it eats it. It's very good. You sounded like the people who did the voices for the Beatles in the Yellow Submarine. Quick, Ringo, get in the Yellow Submarine.
And also, I used to watch a lot of Red Dwarf. I'm pulling from that.
Good, yeah.
Craig, David?
Craig Charles.
Craig Charles.
Craig David's song.
David makes the songs, right?
He's a singer. He sung about a mysterious girl. Oh no, that was Peter Andre. Oh well, never mind. No, Craig David sung about doing something on Monday, and then he did something on Tuesday, and then he did something else on Wednesday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, chill on Sunday.
That's the one.
Oh no,
Monday. Yeah. That's my fun day.
Wayne is screaming.
That's my fun day. Oh no, that's a different song entirely. Anyway, so Craig Charles Lister in Red Dwarf was found in a cardboard box as a baby under the pool table in the Egbert Arms pub. I'm glad to tell you the Egbert Arms does exist. You can go there. It's a bit of a shit pub, but you can go there. It's near a nice park called Sefton Park. It's a real place that you can actually go and visit.
It exists.
It exists. Not just in your mind. Open your mind, Quaid. So Tim, tell us.
Open your mind.
Has it all been done then?
Quado aligned.
Was there any drama today? Was there any drama at all? Or do I have to change my hat?
No drama.
Oh.
You're gonna have to change your hat.
God damn it.
It went pretty smoothly as like 99% of all election confirmations go.
Yeah.
We had that one a couple of years ago that was kind of weird, but
hang on, did Marjorie Taylor Greene do anything weird?
No, she just sat there.
Really?
Yo, wait.
Come on, she likes doing weird shit.
Everybody shed one tear for Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Why? What happened?
Who got completely ignored by Trump and his administration. She didn't get picked up for not one thing. All of her ass kissing, and she's in the same chair she was in last time. Bitch, they don't like you.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's a very good point.
Snubbed.
So she was waiting for a big call. But then she'll convince herself that like she's on a secret mission. Do you know what I mean? You know when there's like a kid in the class and you've got to give them something to do to make them they're in charge of keeping an eye on the milk or something. You got to give them a job. She's a bit like that, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's the girl boil water when someone's having a baby.
Yeah. You know, this pencil. You know, Marjorie, take this pen. You need to keep this pen safe, Marjorie. And then she sits in the corner just looking at the pen, keeping the pen safe. She's a bit like that, isn't she? She's a bit...
Keep it level or the bomb detonates.
I've got it. Have you seen the footage of a woman who looks very much like Marjorie Taylor Greene being on one of those American talent shows like X Factor or something, and she flips out because she can't sing? Have you seen this?
Yes.
Is it real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it actually her?
No.
No, it's not her.
It wasn't her. No.
Oh.
No, the video is real, but the lady looks like her, but she's not her. She can't sing. Have you heard her talk?
The lady in the
sounds
video
like-
couldn't sing either.
Dude, she sounds like, you know, like when you come in from the rain and they have like those waxed floors and that tune that down about 4 semitones and then like run a current through it. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene's voice. She sounds like that 24/7. Hold on, I got a clip of her. Hold on, here, listen to this.
She's horrific.
Major mistake and an insult to me.
She is the soccer mom, the hockey mom, the basketball mom, the cheer mom, Karen. She's all of those worst sports parents mom figures wrapped into one bleach blonde butch body wrapper that nobody likes.
Nobody likes her. I don't even think her family like her, do they? Like her husband. She's married, isn't she?
Well, no,
they're rich, so they don't care.
Yeah. I mean, was she the one that owned a restaurant where you could like bring your gun and it went out of business shortly after she got elected to Congress?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was her. That was her.
Someone got shot.
That was her. No, that was her attempt to be like a useful part of her relationship with her husband because her husband has like $1 million something. What's it called? Construction business that he got into partnership with her dad with. Like, so the dad didn't hand it down to his daughter. He got this guy, and then she married him.
She also defrauded the PPP loan laws because
what's the PPP loan laws?
The PPP was the protection for employers to keep their employees on the books during COVID.
Oh yeah.
It was a loan given to companies so they could keep their employees employed, and then the government was just like, you can have that money for free. And
so you don't have to pay it back because we had a bounce back loan in the UK, but you do have to pay it back, or you had to pay it back.
Originally, they had to pay it back, but when they passed the CARES Act, it said that loans under a certain amount, you didn't have to look at them; they were just forgiven.
And guess
then
what
a
the
certain
loan
amount of all the
was?
other, yeah.
Whoa.
So
above where she was. So she got all of her shit from COVID for free.
But hang on. But they paid that money back because they wouldn't want socialism.
No.
They wouldn't want handouts
they
from the
pocketed
state.
that shit. They cuffed that shit. That's there. They kept it.
So how come? Sorry, go on, Tim.
She was listed as on the executive board of her father's company until COVID, and then they took her off, and then they put her back on afterwards so she could get the benefits from the program.
So they've been scamming the system to get assistance from the government.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't have so much of a problem with it if it was just a loan, but they don't have to pay it back. So American taxpayers paying sales tax, paying income tax, like on minimum wage, that they've contributed towards this rich fucker who's already rich having more money off the government. Because when rich people do it, it's a subsidy. When poor people do it, it's a benefit, right?
This isn't like a bunch of lefties or whatever whose money she's taken. Her district is in Northwest Georgia. It's rural Georgia.
Yeah, it's a rural county.
Wow.
They're not all particularly wealthy out there. And she hustled the COVID money. She hustled it.
Someone in your chat, Ernie Burns, says it was Bobert who owned the restaurant, and it was called Shooters.
There you go.
Sounds like Bobert. Bobert was dumped though, wasn't she, by her husband? They got divorced, and then with she went to watch a performance of Beetlejuice at the theater with like divorced mum energy. Randy divorced mum energy, and she got kicked out for vaping, for touching up her date, for being touched up by her date. And she said it was all a myth. None of it happened. And then they released like footage of it happening. And she's like, oh yeah, I did do that. Yeah. But who cares?
Oh, I forgot. I didn't know that there was night vision cameras at movie theaters. Yeah. Dumbass.
What a surveillance state.
Yeah.
That's always been the case. Bootleggers, motherfucker. They bootlegging your bootleg.
Well, anyway, so I was watching a video, and it might have just been like a copium thing. I don't know. There was an American newscaster, and they were talking about the fact that Trump's going to be a bit of a lame duck, like because
Yes.
because it's so narrow, the margin of error, the margin of error, which is the majority, I should say, in the House
Marjorie
of
Taylor Greene of
Representatives. It only takes is it 2 representatives to
They have a 2-vote majority in the House.
So actually,
And it's-
if one
that
votes for the
majority-
Democrats, then it's a tie, right?
Yeah. That majority is going to be gone when Trump takes presidency because 3 of his appointees are congressmen, Republican congressmen. So
I thought that was including the 3 that have been removed because they didn't take the seats.
I don't think so because
They got to run they got to run their special elections by whatever the rules are. Of
Yeah, but I
each individual
thought
state.
Matt Gaetz didn't run again, did he? Sorry, he actually stood down. He's not in.
Yeah, their majority is going to be paper thin the entire time.
Right.
Well,
So
it'll just
basically,
get
this
worse.
means that you've got 200 odd senators who, all of whom, if they have their own agenda, are going to turn up and say, well, no, I'm not going to vote for this because I want pork barrels in my constituency, right? Is this the way it's going to work?
Well, that's the problem, and Trump wants them to pass a big like omnibus spending package that includes everything he wants to do.
Right.
The border stuff, the IRS stuff, the tax stuff, everything he wants to do, he wants to include in one bill because he doesn't want to have 10 fights over things.
Okay.
So it's just not going to get done.
What hasn't he got a lot of leeway when it comes to executive privilege, though? This is what worries me, Tim, is like not necessarily what laws he's got to pass, but the reinterpretation of laws that exist. Because isn't he going for the Cornstalk Act from the 1800s?
They can't do that anymore.
There's a mad one from like the 1700s that he wants to bring back in order to get rid of all the migrants.
They can't do that anymore because the Supreme Court got rid of Chevron deference. Everything has to be interpreted exactly as it was written.
They've pissed the bed.
The Supreme Court said that the executive branches, government agencies have to interpret things exactly as they're written. They're not allowed Chevron deference anymore.
Yeah, the agencies are, but the president is, isn't he? Because that's not Chevron deference. It's nothing to do with it.
Well, the president could issue an executive order saying that an agency has to do something specific, but then it's going to be taken up again with the courts.
Yeah, but that's my worry, that it'll go through the court system, eventually get to the Supreme Court, and because the Supreme Court is so far up Donald Trump's arse.
What they unintentionally did is they neutered themselves.
Yeah, the agencies aren't going to have the sort of leeway to do things that they had before.
Because the Democrats can just be like, under what authority? Under what authority? Under what authority? And then it's going to take forever it's going to be a lame duck set.
Okay, so if Trump tries to get the DOJ, or he tries to get Homeland Security, or tries to get the Environmental Agency to do something, that can be pushed against now because Chevron deference.
If he tells one of the agencies to do something, he just told the Supreme Court, his Supreme Court just told everybody, if one of Trump's agencies tells you to do something, you don't have to listen to him. You don't have to listen to the experts. You don't have to listen to anybody. You don't have to. It's not constitutional. Like, this is what he's forgetting. He's breaking the system and then trying to weaponize the said broken system. It doesn't work like that.
So I think the only places he does still have that authority is because he's commander in chief. He still has oversight over like the military and the intelligence apparatus.
Yeah,
but the EPA
generals.
EPA is just going to come back and say, well, that's not our purview anymore. We can't do that.
Yeah, I understand that. I've got a question that's coming from Tim, and thank you very much, Tim, for the £2 super chat. First super chat of the evening. Thank you, sir. Rich beyond our wildest dreams. Tim says, Mikey, what about Giuliani? As in Rudy Giuliani. Tell us what's been going on once you finish laughing.
Dude, Rudy is so broke.
How broke is he?
He's so broke.
Broken like a person is broken, or like he's out of money, or a bit of both?
Both.
Brilliant.
I think his last big funny haha was he's like, Your Honor, in all of my other court cases that I've lost, I've gotten way more time to hand over my assets. Can't you give me more time? And then they're like, no. Like, no one gives a shit that you have all these other cases. That just shows that you're not. So yeah, dude, he's got to give up he has to liquidate every stitch, everything you have. Sell it now. Sell it.
That's good.
They should put him on Fifth Avenue and just like put all of his shit on the curb and let us buy it. He can auction it off. Like, I'll give you $5 for that pair of pants.
Yeah.
And then, is that the shirt with the fucking hair dye on it? I will give you $20 for that shirt.
And then that $20 gets taken by the court, right?
Yeah, and that'll go towards his debt that he owes the ladies that he defamed.
Cool. Okay. Sorry, I will come back to this because I'm kind of interested in it. But I just want to ask Alex Jones, InfoWars gobshite. His whole channel got bought by The Onion, but they've successfully put in a countersuit to that, and it's up in the air at the moment. Have you heard anything more on this? Is it gone through? Can it anything?
Countersuit to what? You didn't describe what the countersuit is.
So
Alex Jones is suing him now?
No. What happened was that Alex Jones's media company The Onion did have the backers to buy it, but I think Alex Jones and his lawyers said that they don't have the authority to buy it right now because there was an initial offer by someone else, and so now they're suing so that the Onion's offer is invalid.
Right.
And I don't think I've heard anything on that except that it's going back to court.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave that for a moment. Now, I was going to get back to Chevron deference, and it'd be really helpful for our UK viewers if one of you wants to explain what Chevron deference is, because it sounds like a weird thing. Yeah. It sounds like something that should be on the side of a road when there's road works. Warning, Chevron deference.
Basically, what it means is that government agencies have the authority of their own authority to interpret their regulations how they want. And that sort of gives them the ability to do things that laws don't specify that they're allowed to do. Like, say, for instance, the EPA.
That's the Environmental Protection Agency, right?
Right. They've been in numerous lawsuits over like people building in wetlands and people building in environmentally protected spaces that aren't necessarily in the law for them to oversee, but they've been overseeing them because they're the Environmental Protection Agency. So it's kind of their job to do it, but it's not specified for them to do it. Right. So Chevron deference is basically allowing them to act of their own accord as an agency to do things that they see fit that they should be allowed to do.
So that's been removed.
Without Congress passing a law saying that they're allowed to do it.
Okay.
So that's been removed. So they can only act in accordance with whatever exactly the law says now.
Okay.
And that's every government agency at this point. The IRS or the Internal Revenue Service, the EPA, the Park Service, like the Department of the Interior, like everyone.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay, so I have a question. What about the Army? What about the military?
The Army is considered its own organization, so they're not, because they're still directly controlled by the president, theoretically, like he's the chief military person.
Yeah.
The Army acts under its own things. They're not considered just like an organization or like an executive branch thing. They're considered the Army. They're their own. So they still have to do whatever the president says because he's the chief executive.
Right. Okay.
They have to listen to what he says.
Yeah.
If he wants to do something about them not listening to him, good luck.
Yeah.
Hey, Army General, do what I tell you to do.
The Joint Chiefs still have kind of the command that they had before that before that Supreme Court ruling.
The Pentagon is in charge of the Army, not the president.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got some people in the chat. Obviously, W. James is saying RIP USA 1776 to 2025, which is what I put at the end of my video that I filmed at Niagara Falls. Have you seen my video yet, Mikey?
You put out a video every 6 hours. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah. No,
I think we'll live.
Four times
I think we'll make it.
No, but this one I filmed in America. I went over the border. I walked across the Rainbow Bridge. I had to pay $1 into the little turnstile machine so I could get over the bridge into America. And I filmed this video in the freezing cold. My hand was like numb. If it wasn't for the leaps and bounds that AI has made in the last couple of years, I wouldn't have been able to put the video on because there was so much wind from the falls. but I was the only one there. And I'm out on the viewing deck of the Niagara Falls doing this video. But it's like a whiteout behind me. You can't see where I am. So I could have just done it in my own back garden when it snowed yesterday. But it ends with the United States of America and the dates in the same font, Trajan, as the dead people's names in and their dates in 6 Feet Under.
Here's the crazy thing is all right, let's say, Trump becomes president on January 20th, officially.
Yes.
There's literally nothing that's going to change between January 9th and January 20th, except that Trump is now president. The prices of eggs aren't going to be different. The price of gas isn't going to be different, except that it changes day to day based on the market. But going back to the original discussion about Trump being a lame duck president, except for his appointees to various government administrations that he hates, he's not going to be able to do much. He's already said as much. He said he's not going to be able to change the price of groceries. He said,
guys, I know I said I was going to do those eggs for you, but man, those eggs, I don't know about those eggs. Those eggs are going to be, the eggs, maybe they should be up.
But
the prices should be up.
Isn't there, okay, so he can't order his Homeland. Can he order Homeland Security to do stuff, or are they?
Hey, I suppose, but like stuff beyond what they already regularly do.
Yeah. So if he tells Homeland Security that they have to go around, or ICE, is it ICE? Who's the one who rounds up children and sends them back to? Is it ICE?
Are you talking about the Border Patrol and ICE?
Yeah. So if he tells them to round up 18 million, okay, Mikey. If he tells them to go and round up 18 million illegal immigrants, as he says, can they say, well, that's not in our remit, we can't do that?
They can say we don't have the money to do that, because they don't.
Yeah.
They don't have they don't have the resources to do that. Go and round up 18
I know
across the country.
I know they don't have the resources, but legally speaking, because they've got rid of Chevron deference, does that mean that well,
I think the intelligence services are sort of separated from that too, because they are somewhat under the control of the military. So I think that if he said to go do that, they'd have to find a way to try. Okay. But ultimately, I think they would come back and say we can't. Physically, it's not possible.
Right. Okay.
But they would have to make a plan to try, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything would come of it other than we're going to try and round up, criminals or whatever. Even Trump has scaled back his mass deportation ideas. He's like, well, first we're going to round up the criminal immigrants, and then we'll worry about everyone else. But even that's a lofty goal. Right.
Okay.
I think he thinks that government can do more than it can.
Do you think that I think that Donald Trump's just going to piss off to the golf course for the next 4 years. I don't think he's going to take any kind of active role in governing. He's going to allow his Project 2025 fiends to basically tell him what to do. I mean, what are your sort of big worries in the next few years? Well, next 2 years, let's say, until the midterms, if you get them. Of what the kind of shit that Trump could pull?
Well, I was talking to my wife, who's a certified public accountant, and we were discussing. I sent her a video of the person who Trump is appointing to our Internal Revenue Service.
Yeah,
and the guy hates the Internal Revenue Service.
Cool.
He wants to dismantle it. He wants America to have a VAT tax.
Okay, that's progressive.
Of 30%.
30%.
Yes, 30%. He wants to get rid of our income tax, our estate taxes, anything that's not this VAT tax that he wants to put in. And that kind of stuff could be harmful to the government because the VAT tax is going to hurt a lot of people who can't afford it.
Yeah.
And the rich, whatever, they can, afford whatever. But, the people on the lower end of the income spectrum are going to be devastated by it.
Yeah.
Because everything's going to cost 30% more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a regressive tax because, everyone needs to buy essentials. And if VAT is on essentials, then, it's a lot less for a rich person to spend 30 extra p on a fucking apple or something. I know we don't VAT apples
Yeah.
in this country, but for example, like clothing has got VAT on it. So for a rich person, it adds an extra couple of dollars. They don't care. But for people who are on the lower end of the economic spectrum, and they are, and a couple of dollars could mean the difference between eating that day. It's a hugely regressive tax.
And dismantling the Internal Revenue Service means that the people who were evading income taxes on, the rich people who are evading paying their taxes no longer have to do that because there won't be anyone to collect it. He wants to have some sort of separate agency that just collects the VAT tax, and then another agency that collects the tariffs
but surely,
from all of the import taxes that we're going to impose.
Surely this would mean that that they'd have to have a law. I mean, they'd have to pass something through Congress for this to be the case.
But this guy is going to make the IRS even less effective than it currently is.
Oh.
So they'll have a smaller budget. He'll probably fire a whole bunch of people. And already even for accountants, it's difficult for them to get a hold of the IRS, even to ask them questions. So they're making an essential branch of government less effective because nobody likes the people that collect your taxes, but you need them.
Yeah.
Because that's how the government raises money and functions. So stuff like that is the stuff that I'm worried about that Trump is doing. He's appointing people to the EPA who hate environmental protection, and he's appointing people to the park services who don't give a shit about our national parks, and stuff like that is going to be damaging to public administration and the effectiveness of government. And I can't imagine that he won't include some budget cuts in this big omnibus package that he wants. Can
I just ask, so all these Republican voters who voted for this, they all live in big cities and don't go into national parks, I assume, right? They don't live in rural areas. They don't live in areas that are protected by the government so that people can't just, build a shopping mall there. I mean, they all live in a city and don't leave that city, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure most of his voters are rural and suburban.
Oh,
who they do live in those areas.
They don't like parks.
No, they don't. There's a big discussion around this about why Republican voters have voted against essentially their own self-interest. And I think it's because...
Can I guess?
Oh,
go on, Mikey. Give us your guess, because then I've got to do a super chat. Quickly, Mikey, why did they vote against their own self-interest?
Racism!
Oh, Yay. Cool! Oh, good old racism. Coming to the save the day again. As always, such a great thing, isn't it? It really helps out.
I'd rather be poor and racist than rich and woke.
Oh, dear. Tim, thank you very much for the £20 super chat. Wow, thank you, sir. Woo! Drinks on Tim tonight. Rudy Giuliani found in contempt of court for failing to hand over assets to election workers he defamed.
Now he's going to prison.
Does that mean he's going to prison? Has that just happened, Tim? Has that just happened now? While we've been on air.
He's not automatically going. I mean, you can contempt means the judge is pissed at you. What they decide to do with that pissed offness is up to the judge.
I mean, if I was a judge, I'd
go to jail.
Oh shit! Justin Trudeau's just announced his resignation. Did you see this?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah.
Oh right, I didn't even see that. Bloody hell! I was too busy doing other shit. All right, okay. So Justin Trudeau stepping down. Oh god, there's a Trump adjacent, isn't there? Who wants to get in? He's just had an interview with Jordan Peterson, and he's going to be running. Yeah, he's going to be running for Prime Minister of Canada. Bloody hell. So
Mikey loves Jordan Peterson.
Yes, Jordan Peterson.
Do you Jordan Peterson impression?
Yeah, the Jordan Peterson is like just a really whiny bitch. And very sad. Just sad about, and you have to talk with your eyes closed when you're talking. I hate that fuck. Like, that dude is such a little, go 1 week as a normal person and his own politics would fall apart, but he just refuses to be around anybody that doesn't like him. He just avoids people that don't like him.
I think he reminds me of there's a guy from Britain called Russell Brand who's a nightmare.
We covered him too today.
He's got the same sort of thing. He's got this really high pitched voice. He sounds really weird, but he uses long words. So dickheads think that he's clever when he's not.
Yeah.
He's just a dickhead. But he's totally on. He knows there's money to be made by being a right wing anti-vax grifter gobshite, and that's what he does.
Mikey,
If it wasn't for that woke Idris Elba taking over as the sexy Brit.
Russell Brand might go on the Unbox Politics board. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe he's good. We got some wild card slots. And Graham, in case you're wondering, Unbox Politics is over there on the Bin Podcast Network. It's our weekly evening show where we take political videos from we have brackets now. So we go through our bracket for our tournaments. To see who is the best and the worst in the political zeitgeist. And it's usually hilarious / infuriating because half of it is hilarious and the other half is like, I want to eat sand.
If you'd like to see more of Mikey and Tim and Wayne and Brenna and others, Jartan, head over to the Bin Podcast Network. The link is in the description of this video, so you should be able to find it under there. But yeah, is Rudy Giuliani found in contempt of court for failing to hand over assets to election workers he defamed. And there's quite an unflattering as fuck picture.
At this point, are there flattering pictures of Rudy Giuliani?
No, I mean like a drawing that someone's done.
Does it look like his face is melting?
Oh yeah. the court artist. Yeah, the court artist went to town on him. He looks like a goblin.
Look at this. Look at this picture. This is just horrific. Oh shit! What has happened? God. Oh, it's done something weird on Zoom. Sorry, everyone.
We can see it.
I was trying to. Yeah, I've shared it with you. I didn't share it with anyone else. Now I'm gonna try and share it with the other people. So I will try and do that now. While Mikey fills in for me. Mikey, thanks, Mikey.
Yeah. I don't know what the qualifications are to be a courtroom artist. Like, I don't know why we still have a dude in there with like some wax. Or some charcoal and an easel. Motherfucker, we got 4K.
Got 8K, mate.
On.
8K.
Well, 8K, you can't even watch that most places, so I'm just sticking with the 4K. I don't have an 8K TV to even appreciate 8K.
Well, the picture that we saw, the audience didn't see, it looked like Rudy Giuliani there was like a Van Gogh painting.
Yeah, yes. You look like Nosferatu.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it with the people watching in a moment. But I tried to download it, but it's an AVIF file, so it won't come up on fucking OBS. Fucking initials.
Hey, throw it in the chat, and then I'll put it behind me, and then just bigamy.
No, it's all right. I'm just gonna capture the window that it is on. And select the window. There we go. It's the workaround that everyone wants. It's the workaround that everyone's asking for. So just everyone watching, can you just please brace yourself for this massive picture of Rudy Giuliani that is about to take over your screen? It's quite gruesome. Here it is. Rudolph Giuliani looking for all the world like he's absolutely. It's like the Scream. It's like the Scream by Monk. It's hideous.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
It's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. Oh my God,
Mike.
That should be on his tombstone.
Mike Dix, get on it. We need that. Scream, Mike Dix, get on it.
It does look like it looks like he's holding up a thing trying to hypnotize people or something. I don't know what he's holding up there.
It looks like
he holds up a watch.
A spell.
He's holding up a watch that he has not yet turned over while apparently remotely by video link. He's holding up an old-fashioned watch like he's trying to hypnotize the judge. Do not throw me in jail, says Rudolph Giuliani. But yeah, it looks like he's off to jail.
Remember Zorg from Fifth Element?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he had the fucking blood down his forehead. Every day he looks a little bit more like Zorg. Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg.
Wow.
Gary Oldman's best work, if you ask me.
So I mean, this is contempt of court. That he'll go down for this, won't he? Will actually serve a sentence for this?
It depends
I
on what
think
the
the
judge
judge
says.
will put him in prison. He doesn't have any money. Can't take any more money away from the guy. He's going to go to prison.
W. James saying modern art masterpiece. It is. That is fantastic. That for a court sketch. It sums up the whole ugliness of that entire, Republican MAGA lunacy.
And for anybody who's feeling sympathetic for Rudy Giuliani, America's mayor, formerly, let me just remind you, he literally ruined the lives of 2 election workers by doxing them and by claiming that they were doing all this rabid shit, and they sent the hounds after them. Like, those ladies had to move. They had to stop, like, the ladies, Ruby, like Miss Ruby, like, she was like a local hero, Miss Ruby. She had a t-shirts with her own face on it. It was a whole branding thing that she was doing. She had to move and like hides who she is. That's why he's paying. That's why he's paying big time, is because he literally ruined their lives just to whip up this fervor to make it seem like the election was compromised when he knew it wasn't. He knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
But he just, I got freedom of speech. What are they got to do? Yeah, he's disbarred also. So
Mr. Melt.
Rudy Giuliani was never a good person. Even when he was mayor of New York City, he was terrible. Correct. There was scandal after. The only thing that got him positive outlooks was 9/11 happened. And then he was the mayor in New York at that time. Yeah. I don't know what it is about mayors in New York City, but they're never good.
No, they're not. They're all really, really corrupt, isn't it? It's like all those Hollywood movies were telling the truth.
How about this?
Oddly enough,
I think New York needs to no longer be a city, and it should be a county. And then all the boroughs should just be their own cities proper with their own separate governments. You gotta break it up. It's an antitrust laws in New York. You gotta bust it up. It's too many people.
It is too many people. Like Eric Adams, boy, wow.
Oh my God.
Everyone in his administration is corrupt.
Egypt loves.
But it doesn't matter whether they're Republican or Democrat, does it? They're always corrupt. Like this is a running theme, isn't it?
I think Bloomberg was the only mayor recently who hasn't had like a major scandal, and that's just because he's Bloomberg and weird.
He already has $1 billion, so he can't be bribed.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's why people voted for Trump. They said, "Oh, well, he's already rich, so he can't be bribed. He can't be bought by the deep state. He can't be bought by the establishment." And they don't seem to understand that he is the establishment. I mean, it's a personification of it.
I wholeheartedly disagree with the premise. No one has said that he's a billionaire except him.
Yeah.
No one has said, like, people have said that he's rich, and he's rich compared to, like, a couple that makes like $150,000 a year jointly or something like that. Like he makes more than them, but I have never seen any evidence that motherfucker actually has wealth. He has more money than poor people, but he has no money. He's been lying and like, dude, like Deutsche Bank won't give you money anymore. What does that say? You're taking money from the Chinese. You're taking money from the
He's going to
Russians.
take so much money from you guys.
So if you have billions of dollars, why is Elon able to influence your campaign in the way that it stands for only $290 million? But if you're worth $10 billion, what's $290 million?
But
because you don't fucking have it. You're lying.
Yeah. But he is gonna absolutely, him and his mate. I mean, they don't want to get rid of the immigrants. They don't want to change the system so people don't have to pay as much tax. The poor. Doesn't want to make things better for anyone. He just wants to fill his coffers. All his mates all around him. They just want to loot America. That's what they want to do.
This is the looting
they're
process.
gearing up to just loot the place.
The sacking of Alexandria.
Yes, the burning of the library at Alexandria.
Literally,
Trump's already been found in court of doing that anyway.
Literally, that was good.
I like what you did there,
back
Mikey.
A couple of years ago, the Trump organization, whatever you want to call it, Trump's companies, they were found liable for inflating and deflating their assets to commit tax fraud.
Yeah,
because Trump's not allowed to have businesses in New York anymore.
Like when you want money, it's worth a lot, but when you owe money, it's worth nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's
So-
illegal.
Yeah,
And
but
everyone's like, he's so smart. It's like that's breaking the law.
But if you're right about the IRS, Tim, and like
Yeah,
basically
it's
it getting
not gonna
broken up,
matter.
no one's going to come after that back taxes
Yeah.
that Trump and his co-conspirators.
I mean, he had the Trump organization had to pay a lot of money. They had to pay that to New York State. But here's a sign that what Trump was doing was fucked up, right? The accountants who represented the Trump organization, after the government requested the books, they were like, here's the books, we quit. Like, we don't want any more to do with him.
Yeah.
None of that stuff, because they knew that his organization was so corrupt and the books were cooked. Like he told them to do certain things that are not standard operating procedure, and they're like, we don't want anything more to do with him. And he threw his own chief financial officer under the bus. That guy is still in prison for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But when I say I'm just, you just want transgender sports and the no, I just want you guys to be the law and order party that you promised everybody that you would be. And you're not law and order at all. You're corrupt as fuck. Welcome to the swamp. Who knew Florida swamp creatures were gators? Who knew? Who knew?
But this is the way that it's going to be now for the next, at least the next 2 years, probably next 4. I mean, it's going to be like one outrage after another, and we're going to be sitting here each week talking about it, going, "Oh fuck, what's he done now?"
Well, put it to you, Graham. What do you think are the chances of Trump's health lasting the entire 4 years?
100%.
Even with
why?
the raw milk.
Yeah, he won't drink the warm milk. He'd just tell his followers to. He gets off on them dying.
You
think he wasn't inoculated against? He wasn't vaccinated against.
I was gonna ask him if he wants to eat his nasty ass fucking stuff.
He was first in the queue to get the vaccination against COVID. Like,
and he sent it to Putin.
Yeah. Because he knew fucking. Well, no, he didn't see. It was testing kits that he sent to Putin. But yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
I mean, like
everybody else was begging.
Everyone else can fuck off and die. But the fact that Murdoch is still alive and he's in his mid 90s now, evil never dies. I know in Halloween Part 27 they said evil dies tonight about 57,000 times, but evil never dies. It just stays alive forever. And then when these evil people do cark it, they put their evil soul into a dog, and that runs along to pick, to throw the soul into somebody else.
Like Chucky.
But yeah,
here's what I think is going to happen. Trump's going to kick it, but they're going to sew his head onto JD Vance's body.
They just sew it to his ass. It looks the same.
The thing about JD Vance, though, I mean, like, Trump is the godhead of all this. He is MAGA, and as soon as he's out the way, however that happens,
the Republicans are going to eat. The Republicans are going to eat JD Vance for fucking breakfast. With his fucking hold on. With his fucking Indian wife, if he thinks his ass is staying in fucking the Republican Party with his Indian wife once Trump is gone, the racism is going to be all the way back, and the ringleader will no longer be in the circus anymore.
Yeah, you're right. But at the same time, like, there's going to be no one to replace Trump because JD Vance doesn't have the charisma. He just doesn't. He can't get a group of people to do
so charming
what he wants them to. He can't even get someone at the fucking donut shop to tell him how long they've worked there. Do you know what I mean? He's not an affable guy. And Trump, unfortunately, has some kind of weird X factor that facilitates his ability to run a cult, like Jim Jones, Reverend Jim Jones, or like fucking Waco, Texas, the Branch Davidians. These people who run these cults have something about them, and he has that. JD Vance does not. In fact, no one else in the Republican Party has it.
One more shameless plug for Unboxed Politics. Catch that on Thursday nights over here in the States on the BIM Podcast Network. So we watch a lot of Trump tapes, and let me tell you,
I'm sorry.
going back and watching Trump in the 90s and Biden in the 90s, and then last week and then like a month. I don't know, dude. That charisma, even from 2016, is gone. We have to like, especially as like political nerds, like we're very good at like cataloging and like storing different events like chronologically in our brains. Most people are probably not as adept at those things. They just remember the last shiny thing. Dude, remember the campaign this time? Just go back through your head and remember this time. All the crazy things he was saying and not making sense and jerking off the microphone and all the like, dude's coasting into the rocks. Like, he is not getting sharper every day. Dude's barely keeping it together. Like,
I agree, but does it matter? Does it matter?
It does matter a lot, because they have to back up his bluster. And if you don't have the 2016 mojo going and all you can do is walk around in circles, can't find your own fucking 19-foot, 17-foot tall limousine that's bulletproof at 1 million pounds, but you can't find it on a fucking tarmac, like, the dude's kind of losing it. How do you run a like? Even if they don't I don't. He's so disjointed.
I agree. I don't think he ever really had it, but I agree that he has been going more and more senile over the last few years. But so what? He can't run again.
Not 2016 MAGA.
Here's the problem: is that if you think about what happened before New Year's and the whole fight over like our budget and the debt ceiling and all that stuff, when the Republicans were having a problem passing the debt ceiling thing, Elon stepped in, or no, they had the bill. They had the bill. And then Elon stepped in and says, we should do this. And it completely craters what the Republicans were doing. And then Trump was like, oh, by the way, we should also do this, which was completely unreasonable. He wanted to get rid of the debt ceiling altogether, which no party wants to do, even though that's what they should do.
They want to make the other guy do it.
It made Trump look like an idiot. It made him look like he was co-president with Elon.
Yeah.
And Trump didn't like it. And that is the way his presidency is going to go.
Yeah.
Elon's going to say stuff. Yeah. Elon's going to say stuff. Trump's going to say something else that contradicts what Elon said. And the Republicans are like, well, who are we taking orders from?
Yeah.
Who's daddy?
And nothing's going to get done.
Talking about Musk, we're going to have to wrap up soon. But Musk, have you heard about the news, what he's been doing the last sort of 24 hours, opining on British politics? He's called Keir Starmer, our Prime Minister, said he should be in jail. He's accused our Women's Minister, Jess Phillips, of rape genocide. He has said that his busy mate, Nigel Farage, the architect of Brexit, arguably, in this country, is not fit to be the leader of Refuck after the Reform UK party. This is after Farage debased himself, going on about how great Elon was because he thought that he was going to get $100 million off him for his party. And
he turned them.
Are you getting this on your news channels over in this? I know Mikey takes an interest in all this because he's an Anglophile, but like, is anyone noticing this in the States?
No.
Oh, wow.
They don't know anything about this.
Shit, man.
You guys have to understand, no one cares about you guys except for you guys.
Thanks.
And it shouldn't be that way.
Well, I heard about the Nigel Farage stuff. I thought it was quite hilarious because wasn't he backing Nigel Farage up until that point?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Nigel Farage was backing him. And then there's a guy in jail, right? And he is in jail because he nearly derailed a case against a grooming gang that had raped many young girls. And he was outside the court. He'd been told not to put these videos up online and to protest against outside the court because it could derail the case. It could give the defense of the rapists an excuse to say, this is a mistrial. This is unfair. Our clients can't get a fair trial because this clown has been on the court steps telling everyone their names. And luckily that didn't happen, but it came very close to happening. He got done for contempt of court. He got put in jail. He's in jail now for contempt of court. And the mad thing is, like, Elon Musk wades in and goes, oh, this guy is in jail for protecting little girls from being raped. When actually, no, he's in jail for contempt of court. And Nigel Farage corrected Elon Musk and said, well, actually, Elon, it's not about that. He's been done for contempt of court. Because he knows that Tommy Robinson is about as popular as a dose of the clap over here in the UK. So there's no political mileage in backing him in this country. But Elon Musk doesn't know that. Elon Musk is off his tits on ketamine. So he doesn't give a shit.
I don't think he knows how any real politics works, because what he did to the Republican like debt deal that they made with the Democrats, like everyone was like, oh yeah, we had this deal ready for weeks and we're going to vote on it. And then he's like, well, we should change. I forget what he wanted to change. I think he wanted to not fund certain things. He said that there's too much funding for this or that in the bill. And he's like, Republicans shouldn't do it. And then they listened to him.
Yeah.
Which is the crazy part. And then Trump was like, well, while we're at it, let's get rid of the debt ceiling. And then at the last second, they didn't do what Trump wanted. They kind of did what Elon wanted.
Well, they got rid of the 190 million for kids with cancer. The 190 million that was supposed to go towards researching cancer, pediatric cancer, they decided to backheel that.
No, don't fall for that. That is not the thing to take from that news story. It allowed Elon to keep his Shanghai Tesla plant. That's what was important. He doesn't. No one gives a shit about kids. They'll let the kids get shot in the fucking face. They don't give a shit about kids. That motherfucker wanted his Tesla plant unmolested by these tariffs. That's what it was.
And Elon is just going to barrel through politics without knowing any of the nuance of it.
Nope.
And do whatever he wants because he's the world's richest man. Who's gonna tell him no?
We should stop using
the president
money
of the United States of America. If the president ever had a set of balls,
he's currently got a bedroom at Mar-a-Lago.
Yes. Well, Trump has waded in about Trudeau's resignation. Do you want to hear what he's written?
Yeah, let's hear this.
Many people in Canada love, capital letters, being the 51st state. The United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsidies that Canada needs to stay afloat.
Can I hold on? Let me pause you right there. So, for the uninitiated, he thinks because we sell more to Canada than they sell to us, that's a trade deficit that needs to be punished. It has nothing to do with the fact that we have 10 times the fucking people.
Yeah.
He says, no, we're subsidizing Canada by there being more of us purchasing their goods than the smaller number of them purchasing the equal dollar amount of shit that we buy. So that's what he's mad about. Sorry, go ahead.
Wow. If Canada merged with the US, there will be no tariffs, taxes will go way down, and they will be totally secure, all caps, from the threat of the Russian and Chinese ships that are constantly surrounding them. Together, what a great nation, capital N, it would be, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Wow.
He's got imperialist aims for the second stanza.
He wants to make Canada part of the USA. And it's funny because when you meet Canadians, when you're traveling, you got to be very careful to not ask them if they're American.
Well,
because if you make that mistake, they get very upset with you. It's like asking if someone who's from New Zealand is from Australia.
Yeah. So we have some firsthand experience with this particular incident. One of not to push the podcast again, but one of our co-hosts on Unbox Politics on the Bin Network, like and subscribe, is a Canadian, and he really, really hates the 51st state thing to the point where he's like, guys, let's not talk about it anymore. It's infuriating.
Like to the point, like, you know how we all like dig at each, well, maybe not. We dig at each other like constantly, like we rip each other apart constantly because it's fun and it's all in good spirit. We weren't even like really, really like digging at him. We just kind of casually brought up that he was going to be part of America. He said, that's not really funny. No, like seriously, it's like starting to grate on me. How about we not joke about it? I was like, okay, oh. And like like it gets quiet and we're like, oh shit, he's serious. All right, dude. All right, we'll leave it alone.
So the Canadians are probably furious at that.
Mm-hmm. But it's on Trudeau. He should have fucking pushed back. Jagmeet was like, where's our war room? We're not going to take this shit. He was like, maybe we will just... All right. Canada's got some balls. Hopefully they don't put that Pierre guy in there.
I think they will. And then he'll just say, yes, Trump, come in and take our country. We don't want it anymore. This is a guy who they were
So what are you
talking
guys going to do
about.
about that?
He wants to get rid of all the building regulations because he's like, there's loads of space. There's loads of space in Canada, and there's not enough houses, but there's lots of space. He doesn't seem to understand that most people in Canada live within 100 kilometers of the border with America because that's the habitable zone. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, Saskatchewan is not very habitable. I've got to say, it's like 90% fucking ice most of the time. Like, it's not somewhere you want to raise the kids. Just like Elon John, Jesus Christ, Elton John. Go to bed. Elon John once sang, "It's no place to raise the kids."
They're only one letter. They're only one letter apart.
Elon John,
think about it.
He's a rocket man. He's a
Elton
rocket
and
man.
Elon. How have we not figured it out?
Super chats are coming in thick and fast. Thank you very much to One Aggie Pagan for the £2 super chat. Biden's ban offshore drilling off most of the US coast. Biden bans offshore drilling. Have you heard about this?
I would say that he would never do that. He's a big friend of big oil.
He is a big fan of big oil. Yeah.
Let me look.
Would be good though. While you're looking that up, we've got another one from Tim. Thank you very much, Tim. You've been very, very generous today. Your super chats.
Hey, us Tims were good people.
Tim, lovely Tim. Do you hear about Trump's plan to bomb nuclear reactors in Iran? No,
yeah, he's an idiot.
I hadn't, but is this like when he thought that he could like nuke a hurricane?
A hurricane. Yeah, you know what would really make this hurricane weaker? More energy. It says here, this is from CNN Business from a few hours ago, from 4 hours ago. Biden permanently bans offshore drilling in 625 million acres of ocean, making a Trump reversal difficult. President Joe Biden on Monday announced an executive action that will permanently ban future offshore and gas development in the parts of Atlantic and Pacific Oceans in a way that could be especially difficult for the incoming Trump administration to undo. Yeah, it looks like he cock-blocked them.
Excellent.
That's hilarious.
You're not going to drill, baby, drill.
Nice one. Nice one, Biden. There you go. You said he wouldn't do it, and he did.
He did?
Yeah.
He did.
Hey, go ahead and take
I've got a humble sandwich for you to eat. Eat the humble sandwich.
It's almost enough to get rid of the crust off of the racist sandwich from his 93 crime bill. Or how about the 50,000 dead in Gaza that we've counted so far? Close, but no cigar. You should have did this anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, look, it's one thing. Can you just let me have one thing, Mikey?
No.
Just one thing.
No, because this is
I know he's done
cumulative.
shit, but like, also, this is a good.
This is the problem with you woke liberals and your fucking participation trophies.
Was it not a good thing when Darth Vader threw the fucking Emperor down the bloody reactor shaft? Was that not a good... I know he was a gobshite and he blew up a planet and he did all these horrible things, but let's look at it in the whole. He did seem to kill more of his own Imperial officers than he killed of the rebels. He just kept around choking them all. And then he threw the Emperor down a shaft.
Remember all the kids in episode 3?
Yes. You'll never forgive him.
Okay.
You'll never forgive him.
Younglings.
Hey, remember that
Unforgivable.
whole village of Tuscans?
He killed them all.
And the women and the children. Yeah, but do you know what?
I hate
Secretly,
them. I hate them all.
that's what gets Amidala off.
Yeah, she's into that
That's
kind of
like
stuff.
their
She's
sex
real,
talk.
She's
like, come here.
fucked up in the head.
She is fucked up, that Amidala.
And he helped kill Samuel L. Jackson. I can't be a part of that.
Yeah,
You
dude.
did?
Nah, dude, you killed the purple lightsaber guy.
Yeah,
You're done, son.
yeah.
You're done with me. One last thing from the CNN article here. It says, American voters sent a clear message in support of domestic energy development, and yet the current administration is using its final days in office to cement a record of doing everything possible to restrict it, API CEO Mike Sommers said in a statement. Quote, we urge policymakers to use every tool at their disposal to reverse this politically motivated decision and restore a pro-American energy approach to federal leasing, close quote. Hey, Tim, do you know who is the biggest oil producer last year?
Ooh, I can answer that. It's also the country that's the world's largest natural gas producer. It's America.
Yeah, we already are fucking drilling more than everybody else anyway. What is he talking about? He's just so dumb.
Can you stop doing that, please?
No, we're going to destroy Alaska.
You're destroying the world. It's not just Alaska. No one really cares about Alaska.
Most of our oil doesn't go into cars, though.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
It does
It's
seem
Greece.
weird that until, 1950 something, that that Alaska was part of Russia.
Yeah.
We bought it
well,
for a deal.
So there was this
$6
big,
million.
fucking big, long, straight border between Russia and Canada, and Russia's like, no, we don't want that. It just seems a bit weird, doesn't it? Tim Ballum.
There's no one lives over there.
Tim Ballum.
The natives over there.
Just out the blue, just dropped another super chat in to just say Akira Kurosawa. There you go. What's happened? What's happened to Akira Kurosawa? He died ages ago, didn't he? He kind of just died. I'm looking him up now. Maybe they dug him up.
I'm about to say
he's got a new movie coming out.
But and for everybody who's like
90s.
Mikey, and for everybody who's like Mikey, you gotta have some like look at the bright side of some things. Sorry, we are in Project 2025. We are in survival mode. Things will be the score will be tabulated as we play. There will be no like coupons, no gift certificates, no bullshit. We can't do fake right now. Because at any moment, you know what I mean? Like the democracy is on a knife's edge. Yeah. There will be no fluffery. There will be no sizzle on the steak. We're going to survive is what we're going to do now. We don't have time for the pageantry of pretending to be better than everybody else.
Oh, yeah. What was the analogy used on our show? It was the car's already skidding, so just let go of the wheel.
Yeah. Protect your wrist and stop holding on.
Turn into the skid. Turn into the skid. I've got a question, Mikey, before we go. Who do you still have faith in, like politics-wise? Like, is there anyone out there who you still think is all right? I mean,
a lot of the squad and some of the more progressive leaning people like the Katie Porters and the Elizabeth Warrens, they're still out there. The Bernies are still out there. Jamie Raskin.
Bernie voted to bomb the Balkans, though, in 1998, and I'll never forgive him. He bombed Novi Sad, the bastard.
Well, maybe the Balkans had it coming.
Well, they did, but I mean, that's not the point. Bomber Bernie, that's what they called him back in 98. Bomber Bernie.
If Bernie Sanders voted to bomb the Balkans, then they deserved it.
he said without researching it. It's look, everybody loves Obama. Me, not so much.
Is that because you're a massive racist?
He's a Kenyan Muslim, first of all.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's
a secret Kenyan Muslim.
A secret Kenyan Muslim. But I don't like drone strikes. You know, like he was the Illinois senator, and I was like, all right, this guy's pretty. Wait, he's already going to be Wait, what's going on? Wait, this is all happening so fast. So people believe things. Yeah. There's I think there's a lot of very competent and politically motivated women out there that are completely ready to lift the progressive mantle, because that's what needs to happen. Like this populism shit that like TYT and all these other people are trying to like lure you into this thing. Like, no, we should all just like have a different kind of tribalism. No. Yeah. It is the billionaires versus us. End of. That's it. Period. It's us versus the billionaires. We have never seen 13 people earn $3 trillion in like we have never seen greed to this level. And if we don't stop that, and that doesn't matter which whose orange cock you want to shine, it doesn't matter, because you know as well as I know that healthcare CEO, a lot of the rest of them got their little buttholes puckered because they were worried about what was going to happen to them because of what they were doing to us. Yeah. The American people have bailed out the banks. We bailed out the post office. We bailed out the auto industry several times. The medical
pharma airlines.
Too big to fail. Too big to fail. Too big to fail.
Pharmaceuticals. We have bailed out everybody. And you know how we did that shit? We fucking worked hours and hours and hours and paid all this money. We pay, like everyone's like, oh, America has such a high standard of living. It's like, yes, you're right, but the working poor is an actual thing where you appear on the outside to have a certain level of stuff, but if you really just strip it down, everyone's just in a room that they sleep in before they go right back to work because they spend all of their free time, all of their passion in making a billionaire money that he's not sharing with us. So that broke people feeling is only going to be heightened under these tariffs and all this other bullshit. And I think that is going to launch one of the strongest progressive movements that this country has ever seen. Because when you get, what's the old saying? You got a pile of sleeping dogs over there, throw a rock, a hit dog, a holler. Everybody just got hit.
Yeah.
So it's time to move. It's time to organize. It's time to get our shit together and save what's left of our burning ship.
Yes. But what if part of that ship did something naughty 20 years ago? Will you still want to save it?
How dare they? How dare they?
Exactly. Can you ever forgive that bit of the ship, Mikey?
What bit of the ship? The part of the ship that...
The ship that killed all the Jedi younglings.
What, the Democrats? Dude,
I don't
fuck
know.
them. They can't win anything. The Democrats can't win anything. They suck at politics. They suck. They fucking ran Hillary Clinton and lost. They ran Kamala Harris and lost against Trump, who is not even qualified to fucking run.
Bernie would have won.
He never even divested his money, and they don't even bring it up anymore.
Who do you think would have won against Trump?
Bernie.
They both could have won.
Mikey's gone off. We're well over time. I was just letting Mikey finish. While we're waiting for Mikey to re-emerge from whatever shit he's having to deal with. One Angry Pagan, thank you very much. Trump will probably end up wanting Yellowstone drilled. Yeah, I could definitely see that. And Scott's in the chat. Thank you very much for the £1 super chat there, Scott. So, why aren't I on the show? Why aren't I on the show? Yeah, well, Mikey brought Tim on, so which I'm very grateful for. And there is a bit of a gap on the screen for another person. So, you know, if we want to get another American on the show, even one who's half British, yeah, Scott, come on next Monday. Okay, so one other thing that I wanted to say is that Acro Dave says Super Chat isn't just for questions, it's cash just to be read out. You didn't have to pay for that. Anyway, so I'm gonna call it there. Mikey, thank you.
I'll shut up because apparently I've been talking too much according to some people.
He is a talker.
Did I send you a sneaky text message saying you're talking too much, Mikey? Shut up.
No,
Mikey.
it's almost like they tuned into like a video podcast and someone was talking on it.
Well then, okay. Well, listen, Mikey, Tim, thank you very much for coming on the show. Loads more to talk about. So if you will come on next week, really, really appreciate it. And I want to talk about this. I want to talk about what the future holds for progressive America. You know, and Mikey, obviously, you feel like the Democrats are a done deal, but is there any way out? Is there any realistic way out of it? And will Trump's crashing and burning of America accelerate that process? Can that work? Anyway, we'll get on to that next time. Tune in next time. Same bat time.
Dragon Ball
Same bat channel. And until then, thanks very much for watching. Thank you so much for the super chats. I'll be back at 9:30 tomorrow morning for special morning brew. So if you could join us for that, that'd be great. Oh, we just got another super chat from Yoni. €2. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Some of the USA might still be salvageable.
Yeah, like New England. If you guys want to take back New England,
look at the rats jumping off of the
old England. Come and take back New England. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll have to ask the Scots.
Graham, you do not want Boston.
I don't think the Scots would like another England. The old one's bad enough. But yeah, no, we'll have Boston.
No, Boston, dude, Boston is like the most violent little city there ever was. They will beat the shit out of all of you. They're so
they're one of those American cities when their sports teams win, they burn the city down. So.
They will flip every car on the curb because they won.
Well, you know, they're just exuberant. Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks to Mikey. Thanks to Tim. If you want to give us a like on the way out, that'll be awesome. I'll see you at 9:30 tomorrow morning. And until then, I'll say hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.
Subscribe to the Bin Podcast Network. Bye.